Welcome to Around Town featuring Dick Patton and his guest today. It's a pleasure to welcome back Jack Dunn from the, I call him the business administrator for the new Concord Union School District. But
That's right.
It is really.
That is really, yeah.
Yeah, and of course he was a former city councilor, right? Too?
School board member.
Oh, excuse me, school board member. And then, of course, he brought with him today, and I'm glad he did, Donna Reynolds, who is the food service director. Now, is this all for the schools in Concord or just the high school?
For all of the schools, so the 5 elementary schools, the middle school, and the high school.
It's a good thing you weren't there when I was in grammar school. Oh, I'll never forget the day they served a steamed hot dog in a roll and a nice sampling of sauerkraut.
Oh.
Now, who the heck for a kid in the 2nd, 3rd grade eats sauerkraut?
Yeah, probably not too many.
I mean, I like cabbage with coleslaw, and they said, oh, it's just cabbage. Oh, what a taste. That was awful.
I don't think we've ever served sauerkraut.
Oh. Well, I don't know what the heck they did that year, but that was over at Dame School when I can't remember, Mrs. Haskins? She was the head cook over there. There was 2 of them. And the auditorium is still there, I will say, but no, that's what we used to do. And of course, then we had my folks couldn't afford me to have hot lunch, or my sister either, so we always had to take a bag lunch. But if they were having a roast turkey dinner, and they did on Thursdays once in a while, not often, then we would have my mother would always make sure we had the money to go for that hot dinner. The other one I liked was we called Chinese pie. Now, do you know what that one is?
I do, only we call it shepherd's pie.
That's
now.
right, yes. That's what the old-timers farmers do, call it shepherd's pie. Well, I didn't know. We always called it Chinese pie. No one asked me how that came Chinese, but anyway. But other than that, you could always figure on Monday being macaroni, hot dogs, and Tuesday was this and that. Chopped suey was another one that they used to serve weekly. Then there was turkey dinner. Friday course, back when I went to grammar school, it was always fish on Friday, all year long. It just wasn't during Lent like it is now. And so we either had oven fried fish, fish sticks, or another one I didn't like, tuna fish salad roll with a nice big slice of tomato on top. Well, I couldn't eat it. So if you couldn't eat your meal, you had to go up and see Mrs. Guyman, or the principal, and explain why you couldn't eat it. And I just told her, I don't like tuna fish. It makes me sick, and so you got excused.
So they had no other choices back then, there was just one choice.
That was one choice. It was one choice. So then we go to junior high school. And my gosh, we thought we were in heaven. You go through the cafeteria, the line, it's all buffet style. And you have either a choice of soup and salad, or you could have an entree, whichever they chose to have. And then there was dessert, and then you came out and paid your lunch ticket or whatever. And that was it. I didn't have hot lunch back there either because we didn't have the money, but you know, but it was different. Then when we got to high school, that was even more different. But you know, it was different. I mean, I enjoyed a hot meal once in a while, but I also knew my parents. They didn't offer what they do now, like food assistance programs or breakfast or whatever that stuff was. We always had half bottle of milk from Hood's Dairy. And that was in glass, it was not plastic. And as you came up out of the hallway to go into the cafeteria, they would hand you your bottle of milk to go for your meal. And see, you're learning.
But you know what? It's still Hood.
It is.
And it's in cardboard. So that's one thing that hasn't changed.
Well,
it's just not glass.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, yeah.
And
we serve Hood milk. Yeah.
And we could always never forget this, because at the cafeteria was boom, 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 yeah, oh, screaming. Well, I can tell you, all Mrs. Guyman had to do was was to walk into that cafeteria, if she wasn't eating up above. Just like, that's all, she didn't have to say one word. And I'm telling you, that cafeteria shut up in about 2 seconds.
Wow.
And if you didn't, if you were still having a good time for yourself, I guess you know what would happen next. Come over here.
They want your ear, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They would pick you up by your ear and get you right out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Now goodness, today they did that. You'd be up there in child and family services or child abuse.
It's over, you're out, yeah.
But anyway, so now, what are your typical meals, Donna?
So we have all sorts of things now. We still do chop suey. It's still one of the favorites at all 3 levels. At the elementary school, pizza day is Friday, so always some kind of pizza on Friday.
So you don't do, during Lent for the Catholics, you don't do fish?
We don't do much fish at the elementary schools, but we have the cheese pizza.
Yeah.
We do fish at the middle school. It's a popular item at the middle school, so not every Friday, but we do it, once or twice a month.
Really?
And not real popular at the high school either, but.
Oh, I'm sure they're too choicey. Oh man.
They have a lot of meal choices at the high school. We have at least 10 meal choices on any given day at the high school.
They got a sandwich bar.
Yeah, we have a made-to-order deli bar, so the students or staff can come up and.
You want to go back to high school?
Just like Subway, only better.
What's that?
Another one they used to serve at that. You could say, oh God, I wouldn't even eat it. Salmon pea wiggle. Ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, but we haven't served it.
Nasty. Salmon pea wiggle. You want to go home and tell your wife to make it for you, Jack?
No, that's
I'll
okay.
get the recipe for it. But it was some of the, oh my God, some of the food choices. And it was like, that's how it was. But we only had one choice. But, hey, used to get celery sticks. Excuse me. Carrot sticks I couldn't go for. But celery sticks I didn't mind them. And you always had a vegetable of some kind, cake, corn, or peas, carrots maybe, but nothing stupid like canned green beans,
Actually, the kids, a lot of the kids like the canned green beans now.
Canned green beans?
We get canned green beans from the government.
I don't mind a fresh green bean out of the garden or frozen, but fresh
They're
canned?
a little improved as to what they used to be.
Really?
Yeah, but some of the kids really like those.
I like
Believe it or
canned
not.
green beans, personally. I used to love them when I was a kid, the canned green beans. The fresh stuff I'd go for it.
Yeah.
Even today, I don't.
I mean, you
My
don't
wife
like
thinks
fresh
I'm nuts.
green beans.
I don't
But anyhow, that's good then, so they have a good meal choice. And do you do breakfast too now?
We do, yeah. We offer breakfast at all the schools.
Thank
And we
God.
do, so at some of our elementary schools, we do a regular, breakfast at breakfast time, and then we continue that on and do what we call a grab-and-go breakfast. So a little bit later on in the morning, either if kids have come in late, or if they want to get it as more of a snack, we still call it a breakfast, but they eat it more at snack time, so we offer that. We have the Fresh Fruits and Vegetables program in the elementary schools, which is a
Yep.
great program. It's a federally funded program where the qualifying schools, all of the students get a free fresh fruit or vegetable at snack time every day. So we have that at all the elementary schools, and the students love that program. It encourages them to try different fruits and vegetables that they may not otherwise try.
Yeah, the one I like is bananas or some of the berries and Mac apples. I don't care for Fuji or Granny Smith or some of them other stupid brands they got out now. Have you ever heard of, you ever seen so many brands of apples?
What is the amount of
There's
brands of
Empire.
apples in New Hampshire? It's some crazy number. There's
Used to be Macintosh that was the biggie. Cortland, Northern Spy, Baldwin, Gravestein, which was more or less a cooking apple.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
My grandmother, she would swear by Gravestein. That's all she had to have was Gravestein apples. But Red Delicious, I couldn't stand them either. But they just had a different taste to them. Or Golden Delicious, something like that. But, no, I mean, the food obviously has changed. But, excuse me, but I'm telling you, do you have, how about now, do you have to stay within that budget they give you, or do you have to, can you go over a little bit, or what? Does Jack say, hey,
Well,
cut the line here?
I was gonna say, I better be careful how I answer that with him sitting next to me.
I can see him now, oh, statements come out, cut out the fruits, no more sandwich bar. One choice, that's it.
We try really hard to stay within
Yeah.
our budget.
Yeah.
The other thing that we have to work with is the federal regulations,
Oh,
which
yeah,
are,
that's-
it's extensive now,
Oh, I bet.
so we have to.
No
have
bake
to
sales,
work-
Dick. No bake sales.
What do you mean, no
No.
bake sales?
No bake sales.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
Why wouldn't you have a bake sale? I never had we never had bake sales at our school.
Well, then we're back to where you were. There is none.
Where would they have a bake sale, in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, to raise money for different organizations or clubs or things like that.
Gosh, we never had a day in school at all. The years I was there 7 years, kindergarten through sixth
You
grade.
never had a kid's birthday? Kids bring in cupcakes?
No.
No?
The only time we had refreshments brought in, snacks like that, we had a Halloween party, we would have a Christmas party, we'd have a Valentine's party, and that would be it. And kids would bring in, of course, we had a Christmas tree in the middle of the room for Christmas. And then we'd have a party. Halloween, we always had a pumpkin. The teachers brought a pumpkin in. And we would wear our costumes in the afternoon. And we'd have a little party. And that's the only time we ever had stuff brought in like that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'll tell you, school has certainly changed for the world. Pizza, never heard of that on Friday. I mean, it was always fish. But there was one other kind of dinner we used to have too. It was always good. But but schools have changed. And how much is it for a lunch ticket?
So we have at the elementary level, it's $2.50 for lunch. At the middle, it's $2.75, and the high school is $3.50.
For every day or per day?
Yes, per day, per meal,
Per lunch meal.
per lunch meal, yeah?
So every day is $2.50 then. So at the
Yes.
end of the week, it costs what? $5, $10? No, something like that. $2.50. $5 is it'd be $10 and something for 5 days of school. When do you stop serving meals? In June, mid-June, before graduation?
Yeah, we go through the last day of school, which
Yeah.
is June 13th?
June 13th
13th.
this
yes.
year is the last day
Really?
of school. Thursday, June 13th.
And when's,
One snow day.
when's graduation?
That Saturday, the 15th.
See, I graduated on the 13th. And I still don't know why.
They don't bring the,
The band,
the-
well, the bandwagon should be down there,
Bandwagon?
number one for the dignitaries.
where is the bandwagon?
I think it's either over at, on Hall Street there at the, waste treatment plant, or it is up at, White's Park. I don't know where it is. Oh, no, it could be even up at, North State Street there, I don't know.
Hmm.
We'll be seeing it come out very soon because the Nevers Band will be using it for their concerts, but the other thing is, when it's rained, I don't know why you don't contact that Everett Arena and put a hold on that date just in case, because, I mean, to have it go in the high school gymnasium, only people can get in.
Yeah, you have to limit it.
Yeah, and if it's at the arena, at least you could get in 3,000, 2,000 people, but they've never done that. And why is that? Because I know they have hockey down there, but I think if you told them ahead of time, we are going to have possibly graduation that day, and you'll know soon about the weather, but.
All I could say is in the 10 years I've been involved, it's been sunny on every graduation, so maybe I can keep that going.
Been where?
It's been sunny on every graduation the 10 years I've been involved.
Yeah,
So
because
we've been fortunate.
prior to that, there was a couple of years of rain.
Oh, I'm sure there is. And boy, hopefully we're getting all the rain out of our system because this has been
I
terrible.
hope so.
But,
So.
how many kids now are in the school district, all total?
There's almost a little over 4,300.
Now, that doesn't include any charter school kids for lunches and anything like that.
No, they're on their own on that.
Oh, boy, it's good. Huh.
You got about 1,900 at the elementary. You got a little under 1,000 at Runlet, and you got about a little under 1,600 at the high school. And
We
then you
came
have the
down to
pre-K.
Abbott Downing yesterday to deliver dictionaries. $17.50 weekly. Holy Hannah.
The high school.
Yeah, but still, even junior high, $13.75. That's a lot of money for some families who can't afford that.
Now, if they qualify for free and reduced, if it's reduced, it's 40 cents.
Oh.
If it's free, it's free.
Hmm.
So,
Well, anyway, yesterday we went down to deliver dictionaries to Abbott Downing, and we rode out through around there, and the junior high has changed drastically. I don't remember all those additions that they had put on there.
there's been 4 subsequent additions since the original building in 1957.
Yeah, because when I was there, it was in '65 when the Beatles were big, and all the boys in 7th grade had to be like the Beatles with the haircuts and the Beatle boots and all that jazz. But, you know, we were up on the 200 wing, and then the 100 wing was down below it. That's where most of the 8th graders were, no, 9th graders. Because when I was there, junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then they finally moved the 9th up to the high school, but it was quite, I couldn't believe the changes in that school.
I don't know, you've been in it?
No,
Yeah, but if you go in it, you're gonna say, well, it hasn't changed much.
well, wait a minute now, I'll take it back. In 1989, I did go in one afternoon, because I'd been in the hospital, and I wanted to see if any of my teachers were still there, and they were a few. But the one I wanted to see was Mr. Thurston, Tom Thurston. He was my science teacher back in 7th grade, 8th grade, 7th grade. And I really wanted to talk to him. And what I told him that day, all he could do was go, "Oh no, it was you." I said, "Yes, it was me." And he just went in tears. He said, "We heard there was something going on back those years, but nobody ever came forward." And I said, "Well, that did, and that's what I've been dealing with." But the trouble is, the bullying doesn't seem to stop. You know, he was reading in the monitor that there was a fight yesterday on South Fruit Street with the high school kids, and one kid got taken to the hospital. What is the matter with these kids? I don't get it. What is the matter with them? You know, I mean, here it is almost the end of the school year, you know, and it's far enough away from you, so it's not, you're on school property. But, you know, I don't understand why they can't just walk away. You know, Jack, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, you know, it's so strict up there now.
Yeah.
Cars
It's
can't.
closed, it's pretty much a closed campus. I mean, there's some privileges, but it's not open as it was several years ago.
Oh,
where
I
you can
know.
go across the street.
Oh, yeah.
There's none of that anymore.
Well, they used to go.
Or it's reduced, I should say that.
There was 2 stores there, one down below, I don't know if it's still there or not. I think it was 40's, I think. It was a grocery store, and they could go down there and get snacks. Then there was the other one just above it was a pizza place, and they used to crowd in there for pizza or whatever else.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And the smoking used to be, oh,
Well, there's no smoking in the school. That's pretty much a safe bet.
God forbid if you went down.
If it is, it's not allowed, so.
If you're in the basement, when we had classes in the basement, you'd go in the boys' room, and all the girls, and smoke would be pouring out of there. Yeah, but nobody.
Amazing, I can't even think of it that way.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
then again, I was in high school when it was probably allowed, I just don't remember it,
Mm-hmm.
so.
It wasn't allowed then either, but nobody bothered to monitor the bathrooms. You
I
know?
remember you could smoke on the plane. I
Huh?
remember going to California in '89, you could smoke on the plane. But you had to be in the back. If you wanted to smoke, you go in the back. If you didn't want to smoke, you'd be in the front. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I can imagine
Like it,
that now.
yeah.
I'm,
It's just,
I'm a non-smoker, and I
Yeah,
could
same
not
here,
do
I
that.
didn't, so.
But, you know, it just was so sad because junior high could have been a good experience, but it was awful. But some of my teachers, like, I still got a few teachers left living. Now, in the elementary, I have 1 or 2. my third grade teacher, Miss Teresa Downing, who lives down near Runlet, she's still living. And then at the high school, then Mrs. Graham, who was my second grade teacher, she's still living at Dame School. Junior high, I don't know who's left up there. I know there's a couple, but, and in high school, I know there's a few there too, but Jim Blanchard just passed away a couple months ago. He was an English teacher at Runlet, and I think ninth grade English, I think. But he was a good guy. No, I didn't have him, but he was a nice guy. But I used to laugh at, Mr. Marston, I had him in 8th grade. He used to laugh at names he'd call the teachers. Mr. Marston was Field Mouse. I don't know about it. And poor Miss Scott. Grace Scott was the art teacher. And that poor soul, she probably was in her 60s easily, maybe 70s. Well, one day she went in the closet for something and locked her in.
Oh no.
Oh. They finally unlocked the door, but I'm telling you, that was not funny for those who did it. But yeah, she. But you know, that was like, and of course there was Miss Simpson was my English teacher in 9th grade, and they used to call her Rat. She used to hold her. I think she died because she was over at Havenwood living. Mrs. McCarthy, Frances McCarthy, was now remarried, I guess. She's over at Havenwood living, and she I didn't have her teach. I don't think I did. My sister did, but she was a history teacher. But then she switched to the job program, and Mr. Reagan, who was my bookkeeping teacher, bookkeeping 1 at 10th grade, he is still alive. The last time I talked with him, he had cancer bad, and I don't know if he's passed or not. And they were very happy to hear from people, but I had one teacher who is, I don't know why he was not happy. But, you know, it's just, school has changed. Now, you've got a big project going on that they passed, I see, putting roofs, fixing roofs.
Yep, we have to do 156,000 square feet of roof, doing 96,000 at the high school and another 50-some thousand.
Broken ground, isn't it?
At Broken Ground.
Yeah.
So, yep, but we have all the material stored in the warehouse and ready to go. And they've started, so it's good.
Do you think we'll ever have another high school on the Heights here? They said there was land over there by Broken Ground that the city owns. They always had talked about another high school building.
Yep.
Or Runlet, another junior high, but.
Yep, I've heard about that history. There's 59 acres behind Millbrook.
Yeah.
And the school district owns, but that'll be for the board to start weighing its options, what it wants to do.
Now, what are you gonna give her for her food service? Are you gonna give her some new equipment?
Sure.
Good.
We love
See,
food service.
Donna,
We love food service, right? We
You
just
gotta
put a
do
new
some
dishwasher
stoves.
in Runlet.
Some new stoves and
Our
refrigerators.
buddy Chef Joe, he's happy. Right?
Yep.
Some
Yep,
new
we made some-
Got him a tilt
uniforms.
skillet. We're good there. We're getting him some racks, right?
New
We're gonna get some
squat-
mats.
New uniforms or something.
We did that last year, right?
Mhm.
And no, it's good.
Marilyn Rossi was in a food service and she's still living here on the Heights.
She
Marion?
Marilyn.
Yeah.
Marilyn Rossi.
Rossi or Ross?
Rossi.
Okay, so I think,
R-O-S-S-I.
Yeah, it's different, Ross.
yeah,
I should have brought my
Yeah.
notes up, but yeah, she was in food service.
Yep.
But I know others I didn't know, but it's next year will be my 50th class reunion, if we have one. They had one for 25th and 20th, and nothing ever since, so.
No.
But this 69 is having their 50th this year. But doesn't seem possible, you know?
Flies by, doesn't it? It's hard to believe another school year. We're
I
like
know.
20 days away and another year going by.
When's school starting in August again?
I think it's the 28th, whatever that Tuesday is. I think it's
29th.
August 28th.
29th.
It's 29th?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's for the kids. The staff will be back on Monday, kids come on Tuesday. So,
See, we always started the Wednesday after Labor Day.
That's what
Yeah.
I grew up doing.
Yeah,
so we
never would think of starting before,
Yeah. Well, you get so late in the year. I mean, you're June 13th now. You have some districts that 7, 8 snow days. They're up to the end of June. You know, that's part of the challenge
Crazy.
too. And you got this. I mean, when I grew up, we didn't have this spring break, and we had spring break. We didn't have this winter break. I'm like, what is this thing? Because I didn't grow up around here. We didn't have that.
We
But,
did.
Yeah.
Then they did away with it after, years afterwards, and combined them, and then they broke them back up again.
Yeah.
But,
Well, we did
well,
a poll on that.
we're coming down to a close, but it's been an enjoyable program, and I hope you understand, I shouldn't be so voicious as I am, but I just, some of it take it in laughter, because it was, when you think back, how things have changed, you know? My mother went to the old Dame school, and when it was on Pembroke Road, and that since was torn down, which is too bad, and then, of course, she went to the Parker School, that was in the corner of North State and, School, I think so. Right near where the first church, Hannah, whatever her name is, I can't think of her name, Hannah, the scientific college there. Hannah, Christian there, what did they call it there? Anyway, that was where Parker School was, and it burnt, so. But anyway, well, thanks for, oh, we got another, oh, good minute, spare. So, how come you haven't gone into, Dustin? Where was that? Oh, okay. I don't think there's ever been a Dustin school.
Not that I recall.
Oh, yeah, I can, but I'll just we'll
There's
have to
been at
look
least 2 Eastmans.
in.
First
Yeah.
one burnt down.
Really?
Yep.
I'll have to look into that, though.
Yep.
Brian, that's a good question. What was I gonna say, but, schools have just changed so much, though. You know, it was just, and the bullying keeps getting worse and worse. Well, tick, tick, tick. So with that in mind, please come back on again.
Sure.
We miss having Matt on here, and, but Donna, good luck in your food service, and no
Thank you.
sauerkraut.
Never.
And Jack, you behave yourself. You be a good man.
I will. I'm gonna go right now. Meet with the CRTC director. He'll be waiting for me.
Well, good. There you go. Thanks for joining us in Around Town. Thanks to Brian Blackton, my director, and we hope to see you all soon next week on Around Town.